Hello everybody and welcome to Toyah and Robert's Objects of Desire.
A few more precious things from me and Sweet Lips Wilcox.
Now I'm going to go first. So in a couple of weeks, Robert is off to the USA for a month to do a talking tour with his manager, David Singleton, which is called That Awful Man and His Manager.
Yeah.
Well, I think pre-lockdown, you might have been known to some people as that awful man for turning down autographs, denying your Robert Fripp in public, and also for just not doing signatures. But I think in lockdown, my husband has been through a revolution and a revelation. And one of the beginnings of this for me was about 2005. It could have been a little later. I went on a holiday with a friend of mine, John, to Sitges in Spain, and I found this in a shop, and I thought, that is my husband. This is the man I know, not that awful man, not the guitar legend. It's a sweet little love bug, but this is a money box. And this led to a series of things in the years since that I have created for my husband, because that part of my husband is definitely an object of desire for me. And I do him these little presents. This is the Crimson Bee Bug. And then he gets these for Christmas or for his birthday, and he has them beautifully framed. And we have quite a lot of them covering many, many walls. But I think this has led to something that is really, really iconic. And that is Lego creating that awful man in legendary plastic. This is Robert Fripp, his Lego model. So that's my objects of desire.
Well, I love the Crimson Bee Bug, as you know. I utterly adore it. Crimson Bee Bug. This is part of my wife too. Now, my object of desire this week is the transcriptions of all the King Crimson material from 1981 to 1984. And the transcriptions on these are by Trey Gunn and Gabrielle Lucas Riccio. It is a defining statement for me in how to do transcriptions. It sets the standard. It's a phenomenal undertaking. It is not a professional undertaking, which in itself is entirely respectable. It goes way, way beyond that.
So it's a devotion.
It's a devotion. It is a complete commitment.
And who proofread it?
That's a good one. I should think Dear Trey and Gabrielle would have been working very, very hard indeed. This is the second edition with minor mistakes reprinted. But look at the table of contents. For anyone who would like to learn to play any of the material from Discipline, Beat and Three of a Perfect Pair, those albums from the iconic Crimson formation of Adrian, Ballou, Tony Levin, Bill Bruford and myself. Look at this. This is an example. I mean, this is stunning stuff. And although I've shown it before, and this is not my object of desire this week, this is actually the guitar which I used with King Crimson on those three albums. This is the Roland GR1 synthesizer guitar built for them by Ibanez. And those are my precious, precious things.
So somewhere, because this is a weighty book with lots and lots of material in it, do these somewhere exist in handwritten form?
Oh, they will be. Yes, they will be.
So where are they?
Well, probably with either Gabriel or Trey.
Wow. And with you as the creator?
Well, one of four.
Does this exist in its original handwritten form somewhere?
I have my notes in my manuscript books, but I would not fully develop them. I would develop, if you like, essentially the top line and chords.
So, okay, I'm just building a picture because your music is sophisticated and it's complex and it's revolutionary. And when you were in rehearsals in Putney and you were developing your music, developing your songs, did anyone write it down at that point in time because of memory of the complexity of it, or did you all memorize it?
All right. This particular formation didn't rehearse in Putney. It did rehearse in Holdenhurst Village Hall, among other things. But yes, I wrote down my guitar parts, and in earlier Crimsons, yes, I wrote out parts. And later Crimsons too, I wrote out parts, often in detail, but I didn't write out parts for the other members because essentially they created their own parts. So I might come forward with an idea, but the band developed them. Now with Adrian Ballou, who was responsible for the lyrics and the melodies on all of these, and nearly all the Crimson songs, were collaborative efforts with Adrian at the front of the songwriting. But with these, the purely instrumental parts, the quick answer is, other than my guitar parts, they wouldn't have been written down.
And your parts, do they still exist
Oh
somewhere?
yes, next door, in the office.
The reason I'm asking this, everyone, is that my husband does not want a museum in his name. He just poo-poos it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that both of us store and keep everything. We never throw anything away. So somewhere all this exists. And I'm just saying this because when my beautiful husband leaves this world and when I leave this world, I want you to know it's somewhere to be found. Because once we're both gone, no one can stop anyone from having a Robert Fripp museum.
Well, let me also say, Lovey, my manuscripts have all been digitised.
Yeah, but they still exist somewhere in their original hand paper form.
Yeah, next door in my guitar office.
See, he can't get away with it. People will remember him, whether he likes it or not. That nasty man. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have for you tomorrow a very loved and respectful Sunday lunch from a band that we think are utterly incredible and are up to some great things this year and next year. And we will have Sunday lunch next week. And when my husband is away in the States for a month, we have Chesney Hawkes in the house with Robert, and it's very, very funny. And Objects of Desire will become Objects of Robert because he can't stop me from doing it because he's going to be almost 6,000 miles away. So have a wonderful Saturday night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow for Sunday lunch. Mwah!
From Robert
And Toyah.